I hope y'all are doing okay today. This is going to be the last of the bronze casting, and then we're going to get back to casting iron. And as soon as I get this pattern cleaned up. Alright, so this is one of them. My wife wants me to cast this since I am casting bronze. It's a plastic cross, and we're also going to be casting this while we're casting bronze. It's a medallion that went on a piece of furniture my dad is restoring, and it's missing one of them, so we're going to make him some more of them, a complete set. But the main thing we're here for is this thing right here. This is Keith Rucker's bearing pattern, and it has a follow block. So you ram this side up first, flip it over, and then you pull that out and you ram up the rest of it, and I don't have to cope it down. So the parting lines are already established for me, so that was very kind of Keith to go through the extra effort to do that. The ends here will be cut off once these are cast, so the actual bearing is only this part here between my fingers. This is just to help reinforce the pattern until it's rammed up and pulled. So we're gonna, first of all, I gotta put a backer board down here. We'll put it like that. So you won't see this end of it once I put the first part of the drag on. So I'm going to, this thing has a slot on it. I'm going to have it running this way. Cross will be somewhere right in here. I'm going to cut a runner. I'm going to put a riser here in the coat, but in the drag I'm going to cut a runner all the way across here, parallel to this surface where I can gate it. Then I'll cut two individual runners, one from the riser up to here and one to here. I do not want to try to come off of both pieces with the same runner because this is very thin. So I want this thing to, once it enters the end of it, I want it to fill up just that fast. So let's get to it. Okay, now I've got that little backer board on the bottom here. The only reason I needed it was because I've got that very small medallion. So I'm going to keep that held tight to this flask as I roll it almost all the way over, and then I'll discard of the board. The only reason for that is that medallion is very heavy with no draft, so it'll fall right out if I don't keep something on the back side. Alright, so now that I got it about a 45-degree angle that way, I can just go ahead and lay it on down. everything stayed in place, and I can discard of this for now. And I'm going to dust it. And I'm going to remove this little follow block. See how much time that just saved me? And it's not, the follow block kept the flange of this. It was not flush. So it all didn't seat properly. So I've got to clean out a little bit here. Define the edges. And that will control how nice and clean our parting line is. Alright, so before I do anything here, I'm going to put this finger here and I'm going to press down all the way around that medallion, just in case I have any soft spots. Next thing, coat this tricky cross down. Now that I have the excess of that out of the way, I'm going to firm this sand up a little better. And I'm still nowhere near the parting line of this. But before I go tearing that sand out of the way, I want to make sure that it doesn't go too far below the parting line. Alright, so let's use my 12-penny nail for this. I can get around the curves a lot better with this. I can control my depth a lot better. And it doesn't tear the sand out. I want to try to pack this down as I go, and I'm going just down to that chamfer on these two mounting holes on the medallion. This spongy Petrobond, it'll mash right down. It's not much, doesn't take much effort there. Just in case there's any loose sand that I missed here on the parting line, I'm going to try to get it now. Alright, so we are ready to coat it. Let's put our riser right there. got to make 6 of these in all. And I already have the others made up, so this is the last one. What do you think? Right there? Yeah, let's try it right there. And it goes straight. Because if you're out by even a couple of degrees, you might be an inch off location. And sure enough, I'm off location now. But I didn't feel it hit the pattern, so let's take a look at it. Yeah, we're going to have a little flashing on this. That's okay. I'll let her grind it. But I'm going to put 3 runners in. And it's going to be tricky because I wanted to keep this sprue hole closer this way. It didn't quite make it. We are going to feed this and this under the parting line. We're going to feed this over the parting line. That way I don't distort the edge of this. The only thing I'll have is a tap on the back side of it. I'm going to start off now. Let me explain why I'm doing an individual runner for this and an individual runner for this. Let me cut it first. You're going to have constant pressure at the bulb as it's filling up and it's flowing through here, here, and here. If these were both the same size parts, I wouldn't worry about it. This is going to take 90% more than this will. So this is going to be starving for it, and if I'm pulling it off of one line, as this fills, that could stop it and freeze it right in this area, and then I'd have an incomplete casting. So that's why I do it like this. I'm going to extend this one just a little bit right there. Let me get it a little deeper. And I'm going to get this a little deeper to right there. I guess that's good. And like I said, I am not going to gate into this right now. I'm going to do that on the cope. And I'm going to cut a runner here. And this is going to be tricky. I do not like doing it like this. I really want to go through this bulb first, if at all possible. I'm going to have a little leakage there. I'm not worried about that little spot. The main purpose for this is not to hold back material. It is to catch the trash. Yes, there's going to be a little leakage here. I'm not worried about that. Most of the trash is going to go to this bowl. I'll smooth that out a little bit and keep from messing up. Alright, before I take these two out, I'm going to go ahead and cut my gate. I'm going to cut one. Got some known flashing on one half of that parting line, and I'll try to avoid that altogether on this side. I'll dust all this just to be on the safe side. And I'm going to rake this back. All right, now that I got the majority out of the way, I'm going to lightly slick that back just a little bit. So we are done with this part of it other than blowing it out, and I'm going to do that very carefully. We've got a lot of fine detail there I don't want to destroy. I'll zoom you out a little bit. I'm going very easy with this pressure to avoid knocking out any more sand than I have to. All I want to do is get the dust out. Okay, so I need to brush that area too. I forgot about that. There's a tiny little ledge. See it as I break it away? I don't want that washing off in there either. Now we're good. And that's ready to set in place. I want to turn this around to where I'm pouring on this side when I'm holding the mold like this. I'm going to just turn it around. As you can remember on the drag, I have a feeder here and a parallel feeder here, very close to each other. One fills the dome, and from the dome it fills this feeder along with two that go this way. The gates are cut for this and this, but not for this. This is the back side of the medallion right here, and it's inverted. So when I cut down, I'm going to cut a gate that will actually leave an external feature on the back, but it won't distort this edge. And I'm going to tie it in. I think let's see, let me look at the drag. Yes, I'm within 3/4 of an inch from the edge of it. And that's all we need. All right, so we are done gating everything. Everything should fill. I'm going to put a vent right here and right here. We'll put 4 there just for the heck of it. And I'm going to put these vents on the very corners of the cross, just outside of them. 2, 3. We'll just put that one there. How's that? And we're going to put one here, 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 and here. Now, like I said, this gets cut off. So it's not like I got to grind the vents off when I cut this. When I get ready to grind and clean this casting up, all I'll have to do is cut these wings off, have the vents already on them, and it'll be minimal cleanup. So we are going to swing it around, cut the pouring basin. Well, hey, Jake, what you got there? Jake, come here. What you got? You gonna hand that to me? Come on. Good. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Well, yeah, eat it. Aluminum foil. Can you imagine putting aluminum foil in your mouth? That was Jake, everybody. Jake says hello. Oh, now Dollar wants attention. All right. Say hi, Dollar. 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 And she's off. Okay, they made their debut. Alright, so we are done with this, I think. I'm glad I checked. Alright, we will get this put in there. All right, so one more and we're going to pour these. Someone asked me how long my green sand molds can hold up. Well, this is one that was made 5 months ago now. Still haven't poured it because it hasn't been a priority. But just like it was made yesterday. Clay in the sand, once it's moisturized, it develops its plasticity. Okay, so as it has plasticity to it to hold the aggregate, which is the grains of sand in their proper location, once that's constructed, the clay can dry and keep everything locked in place. The moisture is only there to give it its plasticity to rearrange the grains of sand where you want them. Once that's achieved, the sand can be completely dry and set until it's time to pour the things. It's not wet too much, huh? It's aspirating. All right. I apologize for not including the grind and cleanup to these castings. Time was an issue. I'm trying to hurry up and get all the bronze jobs out of the way where I can get back to casting iron. I have several of them breathing down my neck right now that I have to get to, and it takes a lot of time setting the camera up for every single operation of this process, so I skipped forward to the end results. For the most part, they all turned out great. Now, you're only looking at 4 of these. I needed 6. I ended up having to reject 2 of those, so yes, I got to go back and re-pour those. But for the most part, the pattern maker, Keith Rucker, did an exceptional job, made my life a lot easier in molding these up, so that's not going to be a problem. The cross, which is coming up soon, it turned out really nice. There was a lot of detail there that I couldn't see in that clear plastic that shows up well now, that you'll be seeing here soon. At the end of the video, I'm including the first iron pour as I get back into that for the Rucker 12-inch straight edge. I decided to go ahead and tile that in at the end of this video and give you a peek at the first successful production runs straight out of the sand. This is the cross. As I said, it turned out really nice. The medallions, they did as well. Like I said, no flashing at all on the medallions. The only flashing I had was on that cross. And these turned out well, and I've already taken them over to my dad, and I'm assuming he's already got these mounted. Alright, so as for the 12-inch straight edges, I'm doing that pour now, and I'm going to accidentally spill some iron here in a second. Be prepared. This is what happens when hot molten iron makes contact with moisture in the ground. And it also burns boots when you're stepping in it. But anyway, I missed the hole. It's hard to see a pouring basin in black sand when the light is that bright. This is the straight edges. They turned out great. I cut this video this morning for Keith, just doing a visual inspection of the windows and checking to make sure there's no mismatch. Everything lined up really well. Details turned out good. There's no shrinkage. As I said, this is straight out of the sand. I haven't done any grind cleanup or gate removal, so this is what they look like straight out of the mold. Like and subscribe if you haven't already to see all other upcoming projects coming up here at Windy Hill Foundry. Until then, I hope everyone remains safe, healthy, and have a good day.